Well, good evening, and what a day to be part of Game 2 in this Sports Exposure League Sunday edition of the playoffs. It's set to be a spectacular evening, and I'm Cletus Masingu. I'll be alongside Moses Musosi for this Sunday edition as we look forward to what's to come between these two teams, Dementors and Kibra.
For me to be here, especially for Game 2. Yesterday we had a very electric, entertaining game, Dementor versus Kibra. So we want to see what they have in store for us today. Definitely Dementor are one down. I wonder what is going through the minds of each and every player. Definitely, I'm sure they know that with a loss today, their dreams of winning the Street Inside Exposure League Championship will be done.
Well, it was a wonderful game yesterday as we saw Kibra just naked 60-54, and it was quite a good game. Prior to halftime, Dementors looked in control, and then after halftime, Kibra took over and ran the show and managed to take the victory.
Yeah, and I think for me, the discipline for Kibra would be key again for this game. I feel for me, the second half of that game, they were more disciplined, and it paid off big time.
Yeah, particularly some of those players, and you look at the last game analysis, it's a lot to say. And you can look at the points total as what we by Nukta. Nukta had the 3 points there. Everything was spot on, wasn't it? For particularly Salim Mohammed. Mohammed Salim was spectacular in that game in the closing stages for Kibra.
I think for me, we just want to see Salim pick from where he left yesterday. And I think he's going to be a key player, especially for his team, if they are to get a win today.
Okay, and as we also look at the last game, Dementors statistics, the field goal percentage, the 2-point man, I think the big difference was the field goal percentage for me.
I think for me it's true, but also I think for Dementor, they have to be more disciplined today. They definitely know that Kibra is coming in for a kill. They need to make sure that today they play their very best game.
Okay, and I would like to look at Jongbai, who was fantastic in that game yesterday. And also, when you look at how they performed, Jongbai was really immense in that paint for Dementors.
I think his size is key, and I think today, if they want to get something out of this game, he has to play his role and play it very well.
Well, Chairman Moses Musosi, I think we are in for a wonderful evening, and you can see a couple of changes for that Kibra lineup already. In the picture today, Kibra are in red and black. And can see Paulino coming in as there, number 6. It's going to be interesting. Kitongo is there today, number 35. He wasn't there yesterday.
It's obvious. Just gives us an early indication that Kibra today might want to dominate in terms of size, definitely.
Well, I'm really looking forward to this game. I cannot wait to see what they produce today, because yesterday was fireworks, particularly at the end of the first half and at the end of the fourth quarter.
I think for me, the team that sets the pace early is actually going to be the team that will have an advantage to carry.
Well, here we are, and we are about to tip off here in the Nile Gymnasium in Nairobi. Please join us here at Okapi Sports Network. Let your friends know that you can watch the CL playoffs live on Okapi Sports Network. As we look at some of those pictures, that is Wade, who was absolutely spectacular in the first game, wasn't he?
He was a key player, and for me especially, you called him a big point guard. I know that he has something in store today against Kibra.
Well, the percentage was good for him. You can look at that, 45%. It's not too bad for a player shooting that number of points and attempting 4 out of 5 3-points. You know, that is good statistic.
That's almost a 90% execution.
Wow, that is absolutely amazing, and I cannot wait to see what they put up. Salim and Wade just shaking hands because they encountered each other very well last night. It was a spectacular game. I really enjoyed myself. As we look also at the Mohammed Salim statistics, they are not too bad either.
They're not too bad. I think Mohammed Salim caught fire late in the game, and I think that was key and crucial for Kibra pulling that win.
Well, it was decisive from Salim as We tip off here. Jongbai and Malek. Here's Wade to Garang. Garang for 2. Gets it. Good start for Dementor.
Definitely a good start.
Here's Juma. And Bior is already up to his old tricks from yesterday.
Started to picking these early fouls, and I think for me, especially for him, knowing that he's a key player, he needs to avoid doing that, especially early in the game.
I think I noticed the one change for Kibra in that lineup is Kitongo coming in. That's number 35. Look, talking to Salim Mohammed. That's number 30 for Kibra. As Biol takes the first shot and he gets it right. Takes the second, also gets that one right. Good start.
Perfect start on the line for Kibra, scoring both.
Garang, quite a point guard as well. Oh, he's gone all the way through to the basket for Dementor, as Dementor are up to
4.
Malek. Well, what did you make of the game between the plays between Malek and Bior last night? I think in the second half, I felt it was a little bit key.
And I think it was key because I think the high-low post that they were playing was causing all sorts of problem for Dementor. And I'm yet to see today, especially, what is the technical and tactical approach of the coach to deal with that. There you go, Dementor kind of like just getting another shot. Player number 14.
Now, as we'll now look at the players on the floor, number 11 is Bior Aguer, and already a block on the other side. Nowhere to go for Kitongo, for Kibra, that is number 35. Agulet Malek is 18, Jacob Juma is 8, and Mohammed Salim is 30.
Dementor making sure that they are protecting the paint very, very well.
Well, this is a tense game because everything is on the line here for Dementors, who finished second in the table, and Kibra finished 6th.
I think that's one of
7th. Sorry.
That's one of those things that actually tells you that our league is very, very competitive. Kind of like also seeing for Dementor, the players on the floor. Player number 13, Dan Quart. Player number 14, Wadedeng. Player number 7, Yai Garang. Player number 6, Christopher Wall. Player number 11, Jock Jongbai.
Yeah, wonderful lineup as well for Dementors, who performed absolutely admirably in the first game, particularly in the first half, before everything went away in the second half.
I think they should understand, and I hope yesterday they were able to watch the game and know where they made the mistakes.
Jongbai.
Definitely. You can see that today they are coming in very, very aggressive and attacking the paint.
Yeah, you mentioned that yesterday. I could remember what you emphasized on, that they were not really attacking the paint in the second half. They kept shooting the basketball all over and they kept missing one after another. As already we have a timeout. These are in the basketball game. I think someone needs to teach something.
Yeah, I think it's obvious. Kibra now have noticed that Dementor are literally attacking them and it's causing all sorts of problems. And you can clearly see the scores now. Dementor have 6 already on the scorecard with Kibra's 2.
Yeah. As we look at some of the replays here in the start, Wade into Jongbai, but it doesn't work out. But Quart picks it up. Wade is beautiful on the shot, and he just makes it easy.
Looks like he was just telling the referee, my hand was touched, but that was beautiful.
It was indeed absolutely beautiful. And as we return to the floor, Kibra, maybe they've twitched something?
They should twitch because it's so obvious. I'm assuming they look like they're playing a man-to-man defense, which is really causing all sorts of problems. Dementor actually just getting into the paint. And I think they should have made an adjustment. I'm probably thinking they're going to be playing a zone defense right now.
Well, let's see how that works out for them, Moses. It's interesting how I'm thinking about it. I'm looking at it and I'm feeling when Jongba is on that line, he needs to convert these ones because the free throws were very crucial last night.
For both teams, the free throws were crucial, and they know, especially this game, for both teams, they know that the margins of winning and losing are very, very small. So free throws, every team understands the importance of scoring those free throws.
Well, Bior with a big rebound as Juma will bring it forward, face to face with Garang. Into Salim. Kitongo with a lovely screen. Salim still with the ball. Juma will try and attack and gets the foul in the process.
It's obvious that you can see Dementor are not allowing any space for Kibra to play. They're locking them early, they're locking them fast.
Well, they've started very well in this game. You're right about that. They're locking down the spaces. It's something they didn't do very well at the tail end of the game last night, which ended up costing them the basketball game.
And I think it's so obvious that they should definitely have watched the tape, and those adjustments is what we're seeing them trying to execute
So Juma
in
with
this game. Yeah.
Juma with the first free throw, which is successful.
And Juma scores both. So far, so good, 100%.
Yeah, they're playing very well. But Garang will bring the ball up for Dementors. Tried to hand it over to Ed, but didn't get him, but found Jongbai. Jongbai ran into Bior. And Yaya Garang misses that one. Jongbai with a big rebound and puts it in for Dementors, as Dementors have started pretty well in this game.
They're starting to build a lead, and I think for me, Kibra needs to start kind of like just getting tidy as early as now, and that is good. Attacks the paint and picks a foul.
That's Juma.
Yeah, Juma should be going to the line.
Well, if Juma is getting in that paint and causing Dementors a bit of problems, because so far he's gone to the line twice, he's causing a bit of problems for Dementors. I wonder what you think Kibra can, Dementors can do to adjust, because Juma is not the tallest of players, but he's causing them a little bit of problems because of his speed. How do you adjust so that you stop him from attacking that paint and costing your big man some very crucial fouls, for example?
Whoever is marking Juma have to decide. You need to give Juma a specific side for him to go. Currently, so far, Juma is actually using the center of that defensive structure to go to the paint, and it means that whoever is there, especially the center player, will be picking those fouls. So I think whoever is marking Juma, give him specific kind of like direction, allow him especially to go to the sidelines, not towards your rim.
Yeah, and Juma in deep conversation with Salim. I'm curious to know what they were talking about, but I guess we'll find out very soon, because he'll be going to the line.
Yeah, he'll be going to the line. Let's see if he's going to convert both of them. So far, I think it has been 100% for him on the line.
Well, he's a wonderful point guard, and you can assume that he's not going to cause you problems, but he does quite a bit. He's fast, he's quick, he's focused, and he gets that one too. That's exactly what you want to see from your point guard. If you have a point guard who drives in and tries to get a basket, you want him to score the free throws. Otherwise, if he's not scoring the free throws, there's no point for him to attack the basket, is there?
I think one of those important things to know, especially, you can clearly see again that Kibra find themselves in trouble because, again, they're being attacked intentionally to kind of like just pick those early fouls.
Well, it looks like the guilty party in this. Oh, the coach, Ben Garang, is having already a word, and he feels like that is he feels undone by. However, the ball, I think, is going his way, because Kitongo looked like he's the one who fouled, yeah?
Yeah, I would love to know his conversation and why he's kind of like just complaining, because so far I feel like that advantage is with him. Because the foul was called, and I think the ball is.
Well, I think he's discussing about the scores, if I'm not wrong, because he's saying he turned around and then he's looking like he's saying he turned around and then scored. And
I think our referees will be able to sort that out.
The scores is the issue. It's nothing to do with the foul. It's the scores that are the issue. The scores are the issue.
But currently he's leading 9-6.
He's insisting that they should also keep their scores. As Francis Wafula will check in for Kibra, Kitongo will go off. Here's Quad. And Garang now. Garang will try to attack the paint. Jongbai has come all the way out. That tells you quite a bit of what is going on in there. And gets the basket as well. He'll go to the line for one.
Today they're doing exactly what we guys were talking about yesterday. They are attacking the paint, and it is paying dividend. Now again, it's a basket, and he's going to the line.
Well, he started from the outside and then went all the way in. They just couldn't pick him up when he laid the ball off and then got it back to get the foul and the basket.
Yeah, I think also for me, Kibra now have to adjust how they're playing the defense. I think for me, the man-to-man structure they have right now is causing all sorts of problems. Looks like Dementor too fast for them to stop.
Well, we are in for some of these games, and earlier today we saw two very wonderful games as the Cup were knocked out by the phenomenal Phenoms.
Yeah, that is like our first sweep of this playoff season. The couple came, kind of like gave their very best, but Phenoms were phenomenal.
Yeah, also the Phoenix returning the favor to the Mambas. The Mambas tried to bite the Phoenix yet again. It didn't go that way as the Phoenix prevailed 70-67, only just.
Only just. That actually gives us a very mouth-watering Game 3.
Well,
right
I
here
can't wait for that
Okapi
one.
Sports, yeah.
Well, as another timeout has been called here, well, they're picking up so many timeouts very early on. I wonder what they'll do in the second quarter.
I think it's obvious. Kibra, the timeout really is to make those adjustments that I've just talked about. I'm yet to see if they're going to go back to a zone defense, which will at least make sure that there's always help when a player is attacking. You'd rather have him kick the ball out.
Well, look at the team fouls today. They're very, very many. Yesterday, we saw Kibra picking up quite a bit in the first quarter, but this time it's evenly matched.
Evenly matched tells you a lot. The players are like a bit disciplined today. They're not picking very, very unnecessary fouls, just like yesterday.
Well, it's incredible. I've known Francis, for example, Francis Wafula. I've known him for quite a long time. Had an opportunity to play with him when he was playing for Little Prince. I've seen him play for the university he used to go to, Strathmore University. He's a good player for Kibra. He's having a conversation just at the corner. Coach Dengarang is not happy.
He looks very, 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 very agitated. I don't know why.
Even the commissioner has just gone there to have a word. Jongbai again. He started very well. Jongbai?
He started very well, and you can clearly see again today the free throws percentage for Dementor is really, 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 really encouraging.
Oh, Travel. Juma just exaggerated the steps. I think he put in there a couple of more rather than just one. I love what here's Garang. Jongbai tried to set a screen, but Garang chooses to go the other way. Kuot will recover the ball, and Wafula picks up a foul.
I think that is necessary from Wafula. The ball is literally on the other side of the court, and that's adding on your team fouls.
Jongbai is just commending Kuot for playing some very intelligent basketball, if you will.
That's very, very intelligent. Now he's walked to the line just for some easy, quick two. And he converts the first one.
Can he get the second? Indeed it has.
So far, that gives us almost 100% for both teams on the line.
They're doing very well on the line, and we will look at those statistics very soon because they're playing very well as Nesta Tanga has checked in for Kibra, and he goes all the way. And he already collected some free throw for Kibra, the man who used to play for the E-Nets.
Yeah, an amazing athlete. Also one of the best sharpshooters. He's our current reigning three-point shooter from just the ended All-Star. So I'm yet to see him bang a couple, especially in this series.
Yeah, the MVP of the All-Stars. And he gets the second one. Wall will inbound the basketball for Dementor. Into Wed. Jongbai is doing very well though. Quartz. Wall. Yet another foul. That's just bonus. He will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, with the man-to-man defense formation, especially for Kibra, I feel like it's not really working currently because I think they're picking a lot of unnecessary fouls.
Misses the first one. Well, probably the first player of Dementors to miss a free throw so far. Misses the second one, but he'll get an opportunity to attempt again because there was a line violation by a Taliban's player.
Looking at those free throw percentages, so far for Kibra, it's 87%, and for Dementor, it's 57%, clearly showing that Kibra have really made kind of like a lot of free throws comparing to Dementor.
Yeah, you're right about that. You've made the point of the free throws being the key to this game, and so far they've been making quite a bit, particularly Kibra, and look at that, 7-1. They've only missed one, Kibra, and then Dementors have missed 3.
And I think for both teams, I will repeat again, free throws are key. When you get an opportunity of scoring your free throws, score them. At the end of the game, you'll clearly see the advantage that they give you, especially if you're targeting to win that game.
Well, Salim has been fouled and he'll go to the line. Both teams, I believe, are on bonus, and we are yet to play then 5 minutes of the first quarter.
Yeah, the defensive formation of both teams will definitely kind of like pick fouls early because both teams look like they're playing a man-to-man defense formation, especially inside the paint where you're picking a lot of pushing fouls and holding fouls, with the referees' sharp eyes are calling.
Well, look at that. Believe that was from the start. Here is Wed to Wall. Wall to Mabir. To Wed to Jongbai. Moving the ball very well. And Jongbai attempts a 3 and he misses it. I think they should try and stick to what works for them so far.
I think John Bai, I hope he understands his strength. He should not start taking especially these unnecessary unforced shots, because that's taking him out of where he has actually been performing, generally taking the ball to the paint and to the rim.
Here's Malek tries to get in there, and Malek really played very well yesterday. Him and Bior were absolutely sensational for Kibra. They were decisive, and right now he'll go to the line, and as you can see, the team fouls, they are matched 6 for 6, but the difference is Kibra are converting nearly all free throws, but now they miss their second free throw.
Looks like that's the curse of the commentator. Just as you mentioned, he misses it.
I heard one time someone told me that it is not the commentator who shoots the basketball. It's the player who is on that floor.
Well said, Mr. Cletus.
As Quat with a 3. Misses that one. Wafula fouled. Well, this game is just about what you do on the line, and there is nothing. If you don't do it well, you're going to have a problem.
Very true, Mr. Cletus. And I think for Kibra, understanding the fact that as they attack the paint, Dementors have this habit of picking these fouls. They'll keep coming in because they know that any contact will be taking them to the line. He misses that fast free throw. A very rare miss for Kibra.
Yeah. Wafula gets the second one, and hello. Gay will bring now the ball forward for Dementors. Oh, he lost out, and Atanga will recover it, but he stepped on the line. He did very well to get there, but it wasn't to be.
Yeah, I like the effort. I like the effort I'm seeing. He needs to keep that up. That is more like what we've always expected to see from Kibra.
Well, this game is a bit stop-start because there's too many fouls, and right now it just means the first quarter will keep going to the line all the time, because when you pick up so many fouls, it creates quite a bit of a problem for both teams.
And it's obvious none of the teams has really been able to set and create a rhythm. We're yet to see that. Just mentioning now again, we see another foul.
This time it is Quart will go to the line for Dementors. A fantastic player, particularly with his drives.
He misses the first one.
And misses the second one. Now, I think the fatigue probably starting to set in for both teams, because when the game started, both teams were scoring free goals for fun. Now, after a couple of Majok.
That's more like it.
Gara, oh, wonderful play, and that is the way you want to see basketball being played.
I think for me, I would say the mentor missing their free throws might come to bite them, especially later, because now Kibra are making the most out of their free throws on the line. Well, the mentor now have started missing.
Well, Gesho Geu will try to score this one. Gets the first one. Misses the second, as Wafula will pick up the rebound authoritatively, and he'll go all the way, doesn't get the basket. Malek attempts the rebound, but now where do the basketball into Quat? Quat also misses, and they get it back with Majok James, who moves the ball very quickly to Salim. Salim attempts a tray, misses it out, and Atanga for 3, misses. Wade will bring the ball forward into Gale, into Kual, misses that one as well, but good big rebound by Gale, but he misses out, and Wafula picks it up. Atanga will bring it forward for Kibra, easy to Majok, misses that one too. Well, it's now a scramble, and both teams have missed on both ends couple of times.
Both teams, for me, I feel like they're yet to actually create a rhythm. The game is start and stop, especially from these fouls that are being picked, and either of the teams is yet to really pick and run a rhythm. So
David Mark just got on the floor. He's very good shooter of the basketball for Kibra. As well, will inbound the basketball towards Gale. He come face to face. However, the screen from Kuola has played a big role, but Wafula with the interception.
The last 2 minutes, Kibra have been very, very aggressive on the ball, and I feel like it's really, really paying off.
15 fouls in total, and 3 steals for Kibra, 2 for Dementors.
Yeah, definitely. That tells you that Kibra have been really, really, really a bit, I would say, aggressive, and the stats on the steals says a lot.
Yeah, now it's just 8. If you include that foul for Afula, who misses that free throw.
Yeah, makes it a total of 16 fouls.
In 1 quarter, 16 fouls. Misses the second one. Now, both teams are just not punishing each other. It's just like it's going end to end, and here is there. Juma will bring the ball up for Kibra. Into David Mark.
Dementor holding to a slim lead of just 3 points.
Yeah, we need to be a little bit tight. Paulino has checked in for Kibra. Malek attempts a 3 and misses it out. Quat with a banger.
That's bread and butter for Quat.
They left the baseline free and he punished them ruthlessly. Malek, 1-on-1, oh, collected by Juma, who comes face to face with Nyalwol Sel. Oh, and gets the basket as well.
And flex around.
How about that?
That's a strong play. That's a very, very strong play from Juma.
Paulino just having a bit of words with the coach, Ronnie. And he's been perfect from that line, Juma.
I think he's the only player currently that I would say that he's almost scored all his free throws.
And that Paulino couldn't resist it as Quat was about to hammer another one in. I'm curious to see.
And Quat has kind of like just discovered a weak spot on that defense, and right now he's intentionally attacking that side of the paint, and it's paying dividend right now. He just went on the line and scored that free throw.
Yes, you pointed it out rightfully, Moses. It's just letting the best line, they're leaving the best line free. Quat gets the second one. Juma to bring the ball up for Kibra, face to face with Sel. And they attempt that, and the ball will go Dementor's way. Gale attempts a pass to Quat, but the quarter comes to an end, and it is Dementors who are ahead with 2016. Kibra down, and the key thing from this quarter, I think it's the number of fouls, isn't it, Chairman? Just too many fouls. 9-9. it has been a stop-start quarter so far.
I totally agree with your statement, Mr. Quetters, and I believe it's from the formation of defense both teams are playing currently. Looks like they're playing a man-to-man defense that is really causing a lot of problems about picking early fouls.
Well, it's causing a lot of problems, but look at the percentages of the 3-point. 0.
And I think it's very weird. Dementor looks like they've not been able to hit even one single shot. But for Kibra, it's 50%. Yeah, for the free throw, clearly you can see that Dementor are ahead at 42%, with Kibra at 18%.
However,
the field goal, sorry.
Yeah, the field goal now, that is the key difference now. The one that is keeping Dementor just a little bit ahead is the 46.2, isn't it?
Yeah, but you can clearly see that Kibra have really made the most of that free throw line. The percentages just speak for themselves.
Yeah, I agree with you, Moses. And look at this one as well, the rebounds. We expected Dementors to do this yesterday.
Yeah, and it's good to see them that doing that today. It says that the biggest players now, they are playing their role, and it will be key, to be very key there to pick a win in this game.
Yeah, yesterday, Dementors, particularly Quart, was not much interested in playing inside the paint, but today we've seen him pick quite a number of rebounds inside the paint so far.
Yeah, and it's very encouraging to see him doing that, because that at least guarantees his team a fair and a good result from today's game if he keeps at that.
Well, let's hope for a swift quarter, because when it's a stop-start like that, you never know exactly how the game will go, because 9 fouls on each side, which means players are picking up so many fouls. I don't know what I anticipate to see in this quarter, but I'm curious to see how both teams will set up and how they'll try to manage those fouls, because that means there's 9 team fouls for both teams.
And I think also it's dangerous for also the players to pick early fouls, because if the first quarter is ending and you already have 2 fouls, it means especially when you'll be needed the most at the fourth quarter is when maybe you'll be having 4 fouls. It means the coach will now have to be a bit dicey. Yeah.
And already another foul here by Kibra. Less than a couple of seconds into the second quarter.
This foul that the players are picking early will definitely come to bite some a bit later, because it means if you have 4 fouls and it's fourth quarter and it's too early, it means the coach has to bench you, and maybe you're a key player that we might need you on the floor.
I would agree with you very much, because that is the case so far. Travel.
So far, it has been kind of like a close, cagey affair. As I said earlier, either of the teams is yet to really peak momentum.
David Mark. Polino caught offside again.
Looked like he overstayed.
Yeah.
Parked his truck.
The 3 seconds rule. As Yai Garan can bring the ball forward for Dementor. What? Wade shakes off. Travel. From Wade.
Very unnecessary.
David Mark has not was not on the players list yesterday, but today he is. Has been playing a key role for Kibra on their way to the playoffs.
And if Kibra to take care of Dementor today, he really needs to bring his A game today.
Okoth. Oh! What a shot from Victor Okoth. It's a deep 3 and he nails it.
Actually did that with the clock running down.
Okoth with the rebound. He checked in and he's already in the mix. He's up for it today.
Yeah.
Victor Okoth.
His impact clearly felt immediately.
Well, you know a little bit about Victor Okoth.
He's one of those legendary players that have played the game for quite a long time. And for Kibra, they need to make sure that they maximize and use his experience.
Well, I've also heard that he's now a coach and he mentors young children from Kibra and also the young girls in Kibra.
Yeah, currently working with Little Prince, one of those mentors and a very inspirational person for that community.
As he loses out on this play, but he started very well, Victor Okoth. I also know that I've been to Olympic. I've seen him train the young girls, bring them up, you know, all the time to keep them busy from Kibra area.
Yeah, it's clear. Kibra is one of those areas in Nairobi that definitely young people are unsafe. And what they're doing in that community really, really, really is commendable. They're creating safe spaces, especially for young girls and boys. And it's an honor having him as part and parcel of the Sports Insight Exposure League.
Yeah, absolutely. He is a joy because he's one of those players who impacts the community. It's very rare that you find players impacting the community in a positive way.
Yeah, very, very true, Mr. Clay.
Well, Salim has started well today. He's got his first try very early.
Yeah, yesterday he really struggled, but he kind of like got warm at the right time, and it was key for Kibra to pull a win.
Well, we're just watching him show his skills early.
Wearing the famous number 30 made popular by Steph Curry.
And Okoth beating the buzzer with milliseconds on the clock.
Yeah, that was crucial. His experience is going to be key, especially if Kibra to finish the job today against Dementor.
Well, Denk Watt for Dementors is up to 10 points already, and he's the one on the ball right now. Face to face with Wafula. Big rebound from Bior, and now Wafula can bring it forward for Kibra. Atanga to Okoth, who drives in. Just falls short. Matiang Garang to Quat. What misses? David Mark can bring it forward for Kibra. Into Wafula on the post play, who makes a turnaround play. But where Deng played a very good defense on him. Looks like he's feeling some after effects of that defensive play.
Yeah, definitely. The contact kind of like was there.
Garang loses out. Oh, and a tip in from Garang Mathiang.
I think that is just
for Dementor, and he got a foul in the process.
I think for me, Kibra just have to be a bit disciplined. If they're playing a man-to-man defense, everybody must identify where their man is, because that is just lack of focus and concentration has just awarded Dementor a basket and a trip to the line.
Mathiang gets that one right. And Nessa Atanga can bring this one up for Kibra into David Mark. Remember, if you're watching us, Kibra took game one, so Dementors are doing all they can to... Oh! And another one from Abdul. A fantastic shot from Abdul.
It looks like both teams are playing from the same playbook. Both teams are attacking the baseline, and it's paying dividend.
Abdul Kudus for Kibra. Will go to the line to make it a three-point play. Can he get it? He does. Wade. Good defense from Kibra. Scrappy as Kudus tried to make sure that the ball is not lost right immediately. Atanga. Bior with his left. Come on, he misses that one as Garang picked it up. Let it out to Geu. Yai Garang loses out. Big rebound by Bior on the other end. Lays the ball off to his point guard, Nesta Atanga. Bior will try to play in the baseline. And he's fouled.
Bior knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. He's intentionally attacking to go to the line.
The player who came through one of those teams from Embakasi.
Yeah. The famous Cartoons team.
Yeah, the Morite group. Yeah, he used to play for Morite group, and he used to really dominate. When he missed any of their games, the Morite group really struggled.
Yeah, very, very true. It's kind of like good to also see him. He has really grown up the ranks in the sports incident for the league. He's one of those players that has really grown. We've seen him as a young boy in the league, but now a young competitive man playing for Kibra.
Yeah, I remember I was talking to Ronnie Charles some time back, and he was telling me how he's recruiting new players because some of his old players were letting him down by not showing up for games or just not doing enough, not showing up for training. Bior was one of those new players.
Yeah, and his impact can clearly be seen.
Here's Squat to Yai Garang. He attempts a three, but misses out. But Christopher Wall will pick it up, and he'll go to the rim. He loses out. Okoth will pick up the rebound, and he'll bring it up now for Kibra. Well, everyone was waiting for the result before the official made whether it's a 2 points on the line, on the free throw line, or one. Bounced on the rim quite a bit.
Yeah, he was expecting a lucky fall, but he didn't. But on the line, he scores the first free throw. So far, so good.
Well, I think this game is going to go down to the wire. And once it starts to go down to the wire, we know what comes next. So Okoth nails 2 from the free throw line, and he started very well, hasn't he?
He started very well, and what you're saying is true. The teams are leaving and they're minting the free throw line. So whoever is perfect there probably will carry the day.
Right. Oh, there is a coming together.
Looks like a collusion.
Well, it's interesting. Oh, it's an offensive foul called by referee Samuel Chege. Wandutu. Atanga will bring the ball up. Kudus loses out to Garang. It's getting scrappy a little bit, but David Mark loses out from the tray line. It's still with Kibra Talibans. Atanga, close attention from Garang, tries to pass it to Okoth. Okoth is running out of room, and he gets the foul. He'll go to the line for 2.
Okoth has actually been a thorn since his introduction to Dementor. You can clearly see the rebounds for Dementor. The size speaks volume. They have 20 so far, and Kibra trailing with 10.
However, it is Kibra who are making the free throw line their friend.
And it's paying dividend. Both making the scores tied.
Look at the free throw percentages, and that is what you like to see. Kibra are 16-6, while Dementor are 9-6. It's 60%, and Kibra at 72.7%.
I think for me, Dementor just have to be more focused and more intentionally scoring their free throws. It's clear that this game, free throws are actually going to be the decider.
Yeah, it's true. And I look at those free throws. Right now we are up 3-5. Dementors are now in foul trouble. And very soon Kibra are too.
Yeah, it means that now any touch on any player, they'll be walking to the free throw line.
I also believe it's been a better quarter than the first one, because the first one had so many fouls so early. We are just getting to the bonus with 2 minutes 39 left to play, so it's not too bad. However, the bonus is here with us right now.
I think I agree with you, Sir Cletus, and it's obvious. I think the time of the coaches were calling were just telling the boys, kind of just settle down, play click defense, read, react. Because I think these fouls the players were picking is like they were wearing cement shoes. Their feet were heavy. They were picking unnecessary blocking fouls.
Well, I agree with you. As Quat nails the second.
He actually scored both. Now Kibra on the attack.
Okoth. Travel.
Looks like the bench.
Well, it looked like it to me.
But the bench, they're thinking otherwise.
Well, they are in support of their teammates. You cannot dispute that. But whether it's a travel or not, the game has to go on, doesn't it?
The game has to go on, definitely.
Garang. Yaya Garang. Here is Mabior. Oh, he's making a mess of it. However, they've recovered it through Quat. Garang Kual just checked in with a basket. That's good to see.
Still attacking the baseline again. That has actually been the weak spot, especially for Kibra defensively.
Good ball movement from Kibra as David Mack will go forward and gets a basket, a big one as well, to just close the gap on Dementors.
That's a tough basket. A very, very tough basket.
And he went through the big man as well for Dementors to get it.
He had to go above him.
Here's Yai Garang for three. He misses out. Big rebound by Mathiang. Garang.
The size is now the difference maker for Dementor. They're now maximizing on picking offensive rebounds.
Malek will attempt to play one-on-one. Garang recovered the basketball and he attempted a fast break as he was running out of room. Here is Atanga, leaving it for David Mark. Oh, bad turnover, and Quat misses the dunk. And quickly, a foul on Atanga, I believe.
Quat went for the spectacular.
Yeah, he could have gone and he could have got it. If he got it, it would be absolutely spectacular. Look at this. The turnover, very good defense from Wall, and then he attempts the dunk but misses out, and a bad, awful foul from the number 9, Garang Wall.
I think for me, with this game being this close, I'd rather have grounding. Just lay the ball. Just lay it. We need the 2 point. The spectacular will kind of like look for it later, especially when we have a commanding lead.
But yet again, he's up to 12 points in this game, so I think the confidence is there. But however, now the bonus could cause a problem for them again.
Yeah, true. The bonus because now again, Kibra are on the line. So far, they've really been doing a good job on that free throw line.
Yeah, that's true. Very true. Moses, you are right about that, because their percentages on the free throw line are absolutely amazing. And that is what is keeping them right in the mix for this.
Yeah, and I think that speaks volume of, I'm sure they've really put in work, especially in training, knowing that free throws are important.
Well, let's see what Atanga can do. Well, they Excel 2025 MVP, All-Stars MVP has missed the first one. And he gets the second for Kibra.
Making it a 50% on that round.
Geu Mathiang with the rebound. Big rebound again from Wall, but he loses out. Okoth has been a handful and nearly getting a basket as well.
For this quarter, I think Okoth for me has been that man of the game for Kibra.
Well, it's Garang there is just shocked at what he's seeing. Those fouls that his team are picking, he's not happy with them at all.
Yeah, I think he knows that they can do better, especially knowing that Kibra going to the line are actually punishing them. So he needs to make sure that the defensive discipline is there for his players.
Okoth converts the first one and then gets the second one as well, and they are right. They press them high and they get the ball back. The clock runs down in the second quarter as we go to halftime. Kibra and Dementors are putting up one of those fighting shows that you've ever seen. Fighting basketball game whereby I'm not going to give you anything. And you look at the scores, they speak volumes, 32-33, but the fouls, that's where the difference is.
Yeah, it's obvious. Both teams have really been playing especially high locking defense, a man-to-man defense, making it very scrappy for any team to really settle and create a rhythm. But so far, so good. The scores speak for themselves.
Yeah, it's true. Now, as we look at the first half statistics, we can start with the field goals. Moses Musosi, what do you think about them?
So far, I think Dementor, the field goal has really been working to their advantage. 37% to 20% for Kibra. I think Dementor, they've been able to make the most out of, and that's where they're actually minting currently.
Well, so far, the three-point, we already know that Dementors are yet to notch any tray in the game so far.
And that's very rare, and I would say also kind of like weird. I think for me, Dementor has a couple of players who can really shoot the ball. And I think also looking at the free throw percentage, it's clear that Kibra has had a field day, currently at 74% to Dementors 64%.
Okay, as we leave you with the replays and the first half statistics, we'll go to a break and we'll be back in the second half. Please join us. Well, welcome back to the game between Kibra and Dementors, game 2. Dementors just edging it by 1 point so far. And I'm still joined here by the chairman of the Far East Basketball Association, one of the founders of this league. And it's been an absolutely wonderful day so far.
So far, so good. I think for me, the game for both teams, they've kind of like just been very, very tight on defense. And the scores speak for themselves, with Kibra just trailing with 1 point.
Yeah, and Kibra did take game 1 yesterday, 60-54. And so far today, it's been quite a different game than yesterday, whereby the flow of the game was okay. There wasn't so many fouls. Yes, the one team was picking so many fouls in each quarter, in each half. It was quite mixed up. But today, we are seeing both teams pick up fouls all the time, because from my count, in the first quarter, it was 9-9. In the second quarter, it was 4-6.
I think for me, it's obvious. Both teams know that this game they're playing today has a lot of importance. If Kibra wins it, clearly looking at Dan Quart, his impact definitely felt for Dementor currently at 12 points. And I'm sure he's going to stack up some more points.
Look at that free throw percentage made, and that is 6. He's got 6 from the line. Here is Jongbai into Yai Garang. Rebound picked up by Okot.
Dementor looking for that elusive 3 points so far.
As Kudus attempts that one. Will he get it? He does. Another big rebound from Okot, then to Kudus, and they're playing some very crucial roles for Kibra today.
Yes, they are giving Kibra their first lead of this game.
Yai Garang started the game on fire, but has not been making headway in scoring. Here is Okot. Kudus, skip pass. They miss it out from Salim. Quart, skip pass. Wade misses. Picked up by Atanga. Will bring it forward for Kibra. Into Kudus. Ooh, and a push from Quart, who accepts that he went a little bit too far in that play, trying to get to Kudus.
He knows that that was necessary.
Here's Atanga. Oh, Okot tried to lay it off and didn't come through, and Quart will go all the way, but ran into a wall of Okot. And he's still on the floor. And Malek, another wall set up by Mathiang, the other end. Malek finds himself on the floor. It's getting rather nasty. A little heated on that floor.
A little bit scrappy now.
Well, we hope that Quart running into that wall, he did not come off worse off. We pray that the Promed team on the floor can look after him, and he should be back with us shortly.
Yeah, he is a key player for Dementor.
Well, whoever thought that Wade Deng, the player from Farm Kenya a few seasons ago, who played a key role, you remember when Coach Mwas was the one in charge of it, and Coach Chester had hired him, and they were assisting each other with the Phoenix coach, Nicole Achieng. You know, it's been quite an interesting league, because you find that a coach leaves this place and gets an opportunity elsewhere. They do better in that area. They won the championship when Wade was playing, and I remember this one time I watched him at the KFC court, whereby the game was not going their way at all. And he dropped, I think, 4 of the 5 in the last 3 minutes to turn the game around. That's the player Wade, who now plays for Dementors.
And you can clearly see that he's a central key piece for Dementor.
Nesta, here's Okoth. Oh, that's a clear travel. I could see that from up here. Here in the gantry, it's clear travel as Yai Garang will bring it up for Dementor. Wade, and he's cleared out. It's yet another foul.
Looks like Kibra have adjusted their defense to 2-3, but still looks like that baseline is still leaking.
Yeah, that is something to take note of. We don't want that baseline being a problem. The baseline has caused both teams problems, hasn't it?
It has. But now again, Dementor on the line. They missed their first free throw, but scores the second one, tying the scores.
Atanga will bring it up for Malek. So, he gets a wonderful shot off. That is Salim for Kibra. Wade tries to play the pick and roll. Jongbai left all alone on the three-point line. Wade will attack again. And Salim went in with a push, I believe. Tried to stop Wade. It's been a good tussle between the two, Salim and Wade Deng.
I think it has. It has been a good tussle. And I think Salim has made it intentional to make sure that Wade does not set to take that little three-point that we know him for.
Yeah, so far that explains why Dementors are still on 0 trays anywhere.
Yeah, he's chasing him off the line. You'd rather have him drive rather than having him taking that shot. He makes both. Three-point attempt doesn't fall.
Garang misses again.
A turnover. That's good defense from Dementor on the attack, but misses an easy deuce.
Yeah, very true.
Wade was aggressive on that play. It's kind of like just earned him a trip to the line. So far, I think the defensive adjustment from Kibra is paying off. It is paying off.
Yeah, it is. And look at the numbers right now on that screen. Team fouls. Yet again, we are into the 6th minute, and one team has got 3 fouls, the other has 2.
And I think that speaks volume, because I think now the teams have settled and they're kind of like a little bit disciplined in how they're playing their defense. At least now it's less scrappy. Scores the second one. Kibra makes a substitute.
Well, David Mark is back on the floor. And he lays the ball off to Salim, who gets Malek involved. And a charge is called. Malek today has not been in this game. I think the Dementors did some homework on him last night, and they are proving that they can defend him. Not like yesterday. Yesterday, they struggled to defend Malek and beyond combination. Today, they are doing a better job of it, Dementors.
Very, very true, Sakwe. They've neutralized him.
Wed misses the tray. But guess who? Jongbai with the rebound. This time, gets it now. And now Dementors are up and running from the tray line.
Getting their first 3-point. It was long overdue.
Yeah, we knew it's only a matter of time before Wade started banging that one in. And you can see they are 1 for 12.
Yeah, and I think for me, Wade, especially right now, if he picks up the heat, it's going to be key for kind of like Dementor. Kind of like just get something out of this game.
Another easy basket for Dementors. They are running now. They're gaining some steam here in the third quarter. As we remain with 4:37 left to play. Look at the 7.7%. That is what you have to look at. And 33.3% for Kibra.
And I think for me, thank God, I think right now, at least, Wed, it's kind of like just got in his truck. Let's see the adjustment that Kibra will have to do right now as he's getting hot.
They really did to do some adjustments because we already have one game that is going to game 3. That is the Phoenix against the Mambas. And we already also have one sweep that was completed rather unceremoniously by the Phenomenal Phenoms.
Yeah. I think Phenomenal Phenoms, they were phenomenal today. And kind of like just getting the job done with 2 games, giving them a rest as other teams are just trying to book their ticket for the elusive semi-final.
Look at that, good plays, but Malek and Salim attempting to combine, and Salim gets short off the baseline. Again, the baseline, you've already articulated just how important the baseline has been tricky and challenging for both teams.
I think both teams have really made use of that baseline, and it has been paying dividends.
Yeah, as we also look at the way Deng top of the key tray, it was absolutely beautiful for Jongbai to notice that he was wide open right at the top of the key.
Yeah, and it's encouraging to see that they're still giving the ball to allow him to take more shots, regardless of the misses that he had earlier.
Okay, now we're back in the play here as Salim will come face to face with Deng yet again. Well, I think that's a very key battle. It's something that has happened throughout the game. Salim guarding Wade Deng, Mohamed Salim guarding Wade Deng, and Wade Deng guarding Salim Mohamed.
I think they're exchanging kind of like, I would say, blows. You do this here, I do that there on that other side.
But they are also very good sportsmanship. They got very good sportsmanship. You'll see them congratulating each other when they've scored, and it's rare to see that from top quality players.
And that's definitely something important and very, very special about our league. Players' respect. On the rebound, we can see that Dementor literally dominating on the paint in terms of picking. I'm sure this is both offensive and defensive rebound with Kibra trailing on that aspect.
It's almost double.
It's almost double. The size difference for Dementor is paying dividend. Foul called. Team fouls Kibra now with 5, with Dementor 3 with 4 minutes and 9 seconds on the clock.
Yeah. And they're just edging it a little bit, Dementors. I think the rebounds are making quite an impact in this game so far.
Yeah, I think the size advantage of Dementor has actually been causing a lot of problem for Kibra. And they should find a solution of fixing that.
But what's been consistent in this game is the fouls. The fouls have just been way too many. Yeah, including every time the stop-start, we stop, we play a little bit. There's a couple of fouls, the game slows down. I think this one works. I don't know who it works in favor for, because this one makes it a very tight game. It's now not very easy to even know how it will go. As we look at Geu converting a free throw. I think they collected a technical foul in the process.
Yeah, it looks like a player kind of like contested that foul called by the referee quite dramatically.
Well, you can't contest a foul, but you cannot overly exaggerate when you are doing it. You cannot exaggerate, so it just doesn't work like that.
He misses the first free throw.
Jongbai for the second. Misses that one as well. James misses out. Rebound by Geu, who skips the pass to Quartz.
That's better ball movement.
Easy for Garang, and then skips it out for Wade. Misses out. Kitongo can bring it forward. Here's David Mack. Now into Kitongo, who just checked in. Majok with the screen. David Mack with the mid-range shot. He misses out, but Malek picks it up. Out to Talim, who misses that one as well. Big rebound again by the towering figure that is Jongbai. Oh, Garang extended his arm, and the foul will go to him. Another offensive foul in this game. There's been quite many like that.
Yeah, I think the style of play and how the defense setup is kind of like that is what has actually been happening quite a lot. A lot of blocking and offensive fouls.
Well, that's true. I agree with you. And as they are having a word, Kitongo will bring the ball up for Kibra. Garang has 6 points. Yai Garang, that's for Dementors. Malek for Kibra. Back to Malek from Majok James. Majok James with the mid-range shot. Misses out. They pick up the rebound by Malek. And there he is again. Mohamed Salim is coming out on top today, and I think that is something to...
You can clearly see his confidence. He knows that he has that shot.
Yeah, technically he is doing the best he can to just keep Kibra right in that mix, because it's not really been that kind of day for Kibra so far, because Dementors are doing quite a good job as well. This game is even match. Jongbai collects another one. He'll go to the line.
Kibra having a hard time literally controlling the boards. Very, very hard time picking any offensive rebound and any defensive rebound.
Yeah, you're right about that, Moses. They're really struggling today, and we've seen that on the rebound front. However, the fouls is what has been consistent in this game.
Very, very true. Very, very true. And I think, for me, this is one of those games that I would say probably both teams have gone to the line for quite a while.
Yeah, a number of times. Yeah, it's very, very true. And every single quarter of these games, every single quarter of this game, we've gone to the line. There's not a single time we've not gone to a bonus. Both teams all the time bonus, as Salim is up to 10 points for the Kibra Taliban.
Yeah, tells us that this game has really been literally very, very, very physical.
Jongbai with an easy lay. Francis Wafula is back with us, and here is Malek, and another foul. This time on Mathiang Garang.
Feels like we kind of like are watching a wrestling match.
They're fouling quite a number of times. I think it's just the nature of the game. Every team wants to win. Dementors are doing everything in their power to make sure the game goes to 1-1. The free throw percentage is the one that is making a very, very big difference for these teams.
I think Kibra has really been amazing on the line. They've really done a good job on that line.
72, and look at that. 22 to 8, 16 to 11. That is not, now is up to 23. 23 scored, missed only 8 for Kibra.
Yeah, that's
23 points from the line. 16 for Kibra, 16 points from the line for Dementors.
That is literally crazy when you look at those numbers.
And you can still see why this game is so close. If Dementors were converting anywhere near as high as what Kibra are converting, then the game would be a little bit stretched.
Definitely, Dementor would actually be slightly ahead.
Yes, and that is true. And it's not that way because Dementors are simply just not converting at the rate. Oh, wonderful from James Najok.
He powered his way. He wheeled that basket.
An easy one there again from, Geu. Gesho Geu. He's playing defense now on Francis Wafula, who is struggling to get the ball to Kitongo, but he does eventually. And he lays it off to Salim. Salim for a deep three. Misses out. Here's Mabior. As the clock is running down, and Deng for 3. Gets it!
Gets it at the right time also. He's been taking a couple of threes, and finally that one fell in.
It's now a 6-point lead for Dementors. Can Kibra do something about it? No, they can't. And as the quarter comes to an end, that Dementors have edged it slightly.
I think the last 2 minutes of this game, it was so obvious. Dementor were able to pick momentum, and they're able to make the most out of it, especially now that they are starting to score those elusive 3 points that they've been looking for all throughout the game.
Well, it's interesting because as we look at some of the statistics that are coming through from Nukta, it's quite interesting. The free throw percentage stands out, particularly that 72.2 against 59.3.
Yeah, I think for Kibra, it has actually been their bread and butter. And for Dementor, I think for me, the rebounding aspect has just been their bread and butter. They've dominated the boards, both on offensive and on defensive.
And how about the 3 points as well? I think that is also making a big difference because Salim is shooting quite a bit and they're not missing so many.
And I think for me, finally, Dementor getting a couple of the shots in, starting to give them that confidence, and it's going to give us a very, very, very interesting fourth quarter.
All right, as we wait for this final quarter, I cannot wait to see what transpires today. It's been so easy for us to watch this game, but it's been a little bit stop-start with the fouls, but it's the kind of game you expect in a playoff game too.
Yeah, and I think for me, both teams kind of like were really playing a little bit very cautious, but also I would say a very, very set of scrappy defensive formations in the first and the second quarter. We had a lot of fouls being picked by both teams.
Yeah, true. I agree with you. And it's just been so many fouls. I can still look at them. In the first quarter, it was 9-9. In the second quarter, it was Kibra who had 4. Dementors had 6. In the third, Kibra had 6. Dementors had 5.
Yeah, and I think this fourth quarter now, whoever is disciplined enough want to play good defense, but also if they pick those fouls, go to the line and make the most out of it, probably will carry the day.
I agree with you, Chairman. And a good three, this time from Francis Wafula.
Kibra are not going away.
Yeah, they are just keeping close game as the Salso defense comes through. Malek with the big rebound, and Majok James will get the ball up for Kibra. To Okoth, who has been absolutely immense. To Kitongo. Oh, Mabior did not need to do that. There was no need for that.
But also I think Gitonga just read the mismatch.
Yeah, the size is making the difference on that one. He had no choice. He had to pick up the foul. Otherwise, it's now a mismatch, and now he can play.
Yeah, he was actually definitely going to attack that baseline again.
Yeah. Wafula. To Kitongo. Turn around. Blocking foul called. 2 fouls already.
2 fouls already. Kibran back on the line, Gitonga. Let's see if he's going to punish Dementor. Misses the first one. A rare miss for Kibra. Misses the second one. He misses both. Dementor advancing the ball to Mabior.
Well, yet another foul. It's been the theme of this game, hasn't it? It's just been foul after foul after foul. Nobody's giving anyone an inch.
I think we've had a lot of whistles blown, especially in the first 2 quarters. A bit strong. Another foul.
Yet another one. Well, these fouls are coming very quick and fast in this fourth quarter. I think we're going to experience something more like the one in the first quarter, where we had 9 each.
Yeah, I think now knowing that this is the last quarter and the scores being this close, a single possession lead for Dementor.
It's going to be quite interesting to see how that pans out.
Dementor call a timeout. It has been quite a physical affair in this game. A lot of contact.
Yeah, that lots of contact is the one that is causing all these sorts of problems, and it's just stopping the flow of the game. But it's also giving an advantage to any team that will be able to take the next step in terms of the discipline that you've been mentioning.
Yeah, I think it was kind of like, I feel like both coaches ended up drawing a similar kind of like defensive, technical approach to the game, and also offensive, because both teams have minted the baseline, but also both teams are playing a very, very close man-to-man defense, closing out every gap.
Well, the timeout has already been called. Let's see what the coaches have come up with for the rest of this second game of the best-of-3 series in the playoffs.
Yeah, Kibra looking to close out this series, but Dementor look like they want to force a game 3.
Yet another foul. Well, I cannot remember a game whereby all the players just kept fouling. It just doesn't go, it hasn't flown at a single point since the beginning. And, well, it is the playoffs after all, so who's going to go out?
I think
the prize money is quite something to, if you are in the Final Four, you get something.
Definitely. And it's so obvious that probably for each coach, the players do not allow any team to, any player to set or the team to set. Make sure that it's scrappy so that no team is able to create a rhythm.
Yeah, it's very important to remember that Greer and all the partners that have come through to make sure that all the Final Four teams will have something in their pockets. As Kitongo nails a three.
Time.
And he makes that one
50 ups. It's 50-50.
I like how you put that one, Moses. I know what you just did there. We hope our viewers also noted exactly what you did there. It's now 50-50. Can't go either way.
Again, another foul peaked. It might be all right.
These are going to be decisive. These fouls and the free throws are going to be decisive. It is just down to that.
Nice.
The free throws.
Players have to be disciplined enough to score the free throws.
Mabior gets the first one.
He misses the second one.
Yeah.
Giving Dementor a slim lead now of 1 point.
Well,
Ditch was having none of that. Looks like he says, Wade kind of carried it.
well, look at the total, the turnovers, yeah. 20 for Kibra, 16 for Dementors.
Yeah.
Dementors lead by 1.
Yeah, it's close. It tells you that both teams have been applying pressure up, and it's causing all sorts of problems for both of those teams. Gitonga again. Bior. Kibra with the lead now.
Salim is up to 11 points for Kibra. As yet another foul is called. Well, this game, it's gonna go down to the wire. Yet another foul, this time from Okapi, who was fouled.
I think Kibra kind of just needed to be just a little bit patient and disciplined, because the clock was working to their favor. We had 2 seconds on the clock, and then they were able to pick a foul. Scores the first one. Misses the second one, but they rebound.
Ooh, and it's getting a little bit heated up here. Wade for 3, gets it. Well, he's getting it the right time. He's getting it the right time now.
Feels just like yesterday when Mohammed had really attempted a lot of threes early. They were not falling, but they started coming to work in the fourth quarter. Now it's similar now with Wade today.
Of course. Wade making the plays, and a foul on Kitongo.
gets a trip to the line.
That will be Garankwal to try and give an edge to Dementor, who really need him to score because they really need to get something out of this game if they are to make it to game 3.
Looks like both his teammates have just told him, please, just be composed, score your free throws. He misses the second one. These are going to be deciders, especially with the game being this close and the time on the clock. Any team going to the line now and converting will be very, very important.
Well, I expected a difficult game. I just didn't expect so many fouls in this game. I did my research, looked at all the statistics from their past games. These teams don't foul a lot. But they get it from Okapi. Gets an and one. He'll go to the free throw line for one more.
Yeah,
chance for a 3-point play.
He used definitely that path that we've been talking about, the baseline again.
Well, it's been the story of the baseline today, Moses, and I think that this baseline, these teams need to realize that if it happens to go to game 3, they'll need to work on the baseline. If it ends tonight, it's the baseline and the free throws. And they miss out. Kibra now are within touching distance. However, they lose out and rejected by Wafula and picked up by Okapi to bring it forward for Kibra Taliban.
It's 4 minutes.
Face to face with Mabior. Now, a travel. It's Dementors' ball, and still just a 1-point game as we look at that big rejection by Wafula. He goes high and rejects Mabior attempt towards their basket.
Feels like not in this house.
As a timeout is called. Chairman, what can you say about this fouls? So far, we've talked about the fouls all game, but right now we've just been mentioning about the free throws, how much they need to score them. And as the time is 4:23 on the clock, I wonder what's going to come next. But I am curious as we look at these replays.
I think one thing, it's obvious that both teams came into this game kind of like a little bit cautious, but also kind of like, I would say, prepared to play a physical game. And the fouls that you've seen both teams picking speaks a lot on the defensive mentality of both teams.
Look at that. Wade for that 3. Nails it. And he has a word and tells them, let's play some defense then. It's just one basket. Look at those. Blocks 3 for Kibra. I'm shocked Dementors don't have any.
It's very rare to see Dementor having no block, especially knowing they have size and players that are very athletic.
I agree with you, and that size that they do have is playing a part so far. As a tight game, just a 1-point game, and Dementors need to win as Kibra need to wrap it up.
Yeah, I think for me the remaining 4 minutes are going to be key. And the first 2 minutes of these 4, the team that is disciplined enough to make the most of every opportunity they get will carry the day.
Well, I'm inclined to agree and just wait and see what's going on. As we look at the field goals.
Yes, so far it's 24-29. Dementor still look like they've really made the most out of the field goals, with Kibra 24%, indicating that they need to do better.
Well, I think both teams need to do better, because you can look at the attempts. 53 they've only scored 13.
Yeah, that speaks a lot. But also for Dementors, 17 and only 58, but only scored 17.
Yeah, says the story of the game. It's just been the story of the game. The fouls have just not allowed the game to flow. Now there's a timeout called for Kibra. As the coach is absolutely mad. This time it's Ronnie Charles having a word. As we also now look at the three-pointers as they sort out what's going on the floor.
Yeah, I think with Kibra leading 38%, 5 of 8, Dementor have kind of like just gotten it right now, and especially they're starting to mint that three-point line, especially Wade.
Yeah, Wade Deng has at least tried to get those three points over the line, and you know he scored that. He scored the three.
Yeah, he did. And remember, I had mentioned that Kibra noticing that Dementor are missing the shots. Now had adjusted the defense to a 2-3 defense to make sure that they have a compact zone defense. But now, since Wade has kind of like found his touch, I want to see if they're still going to remain in that packed zone defense. They have to find a way of stopping Wade, or he's going to start causing a lot of problems on that three-point line.
Well, the sports inside the Exposure League never lacks drama, and we've already seen Coach Garang Deng have a bit of drama, and now Ronnie Charles is also voicing a bit of his frustrations. It is where you can realize the true character of the players, because they know there's something at the end of the day. And we said the fourth place gets how much? Chairman, please.
I think the fourth place will be pocketing, should be 150,000 Kenya shillings. Not bad money, not bad money. And as the winner is pocketing $1 million, at least guarantees you being in the top 4, you'll have something to take home.
Yeah, that is something that the main sponsors, Greer, have made sure that they've brought in more sponsors like DTA and Noga. You can look up, you even have Bavaria, you can have that drink, you know, all that. Even all the players, when they're playing, they know that they get a drink when you're playing, so that you don't say you lacked energy when you're at it.
Definitely a lot of thanks and hats off to Bavaria for just making sure that during these playoffs, all the fans and the players are well hydrated by the famous Bavaria drink.
All right, Chairman, you can tell us about the tarmac ball. I've touched it, but it's so impressive from Decathlon.
An amazing basketball, one of the best pieces for us to use here in the continent. A very beautiful and a fun ball, especially for us to use here in the Sports Inside Exposure League. It's an honor using that beautiful piece from Decathlon.
Well, as we return to the floor, Yai Garang will bring the ball up for Dementors, who really need to find a spark, because if this goes the other way, Kibra's way, they'll be out.
That's better defensive cover from Kibra. They covered the baseline this time around with 2 players, forcing the ball to be passed and kicked out.
Kibra being patient on their offense. Mejuok, and it was indeed
Kibra going to the line.
Yeah.
These 2 shots are crucial.
Yes, I agree, and they really need to convert those, because there's no room for no conversion.
He misses, giving Dementor more lifeline.
They miss out, and Wafula just glided past. Big block from Kual. Wade with the ball. It's still tied at 55 apiece. Mabior tries to go all the way, but gives the ball away. I don't understand how he left Kuat just standing without any defense, and yet he's one of those players who can drive the ball in quite effectively.
I think that is what I'm talking about. You can clearly see that Kibra, especially now, their defensive formation is showing a lot of discipline. They're forcing a lot of turnovers for Dementor. They're helping each other, they're helping out, they're covering now those spaces. This is what I was talking about earlier. Now that baseline that we felt like was there, looks like Kibra now are taking care of that area.
Well, it's going to be close, this one. We do not know what's going to happen, but please just stay with us because we do not know what's going to happen. It's going to have a nail-biting finish today because if it stays this way, that free throw could be the decisive one.
It is the decisive one, especially with 3 minutes on the clock and knowing that the teams have just shown a kind of a tendency of picking fouls. I'm 100% sure that in the next couple of minutes, one of those teams again is be heading to the line, and whoever is on that line needs to make sure that they score.
As we look at the rebounds again, 33-44. Dementors today have not been matched when it comes to the rebound. Not like yesterday. Yesterday they were matched.
Definitely. Today they flexed their muscle, and you can see that on the rebounds they've really dominated.
I think that is also a bit down to the fact that Bior and Malek have not been on the floor quite a bit together, and it's created a bit of a gap for Dementors to take advantage. I don't know if you see it that way, Chairman, because you never know.
Yeah, but I think also for Kibra, it has been tactical. They're using a lot of their guards, understanding that their guards are fast and they're able to attack the paint. So it has been tactical because you can clearly see that for Kibra, them attacking the paint and going to the line has really, really paid off. Yeah.
Yes, I agree with you. As the ball is being inbounded by Gesho Geu, and now Mabior will try to attack the paint. He's rejected, but
looks like the referee just canceled it.
It went right back. The foul is on the floor, but it is Mabior who will go to the line. And is it Mabior or Kual? Just a moment.
Should be Mabior.
Yeah, Mabior. That means the Kual basket will not count, and they're still at 55 apiece.
These free throws are crucial. They're very, very crucial.
Seven to 6 so far.
Has been a close affair.
Any chance for overtime?
In this game, looks like it.
Yeah, it's been so close. It's been so close. They've matched each other from start to finish.
Yeah, definitely. Both teams came with a similar style of play.
Oh, misses the rim completely. That's an air ball.
He just needs to be composed. They need that one. They need this one.
He misses that one too, and now Atanga has come back to the floor, and he will run the offensive front for Kibra, finding Kitongo. Oh, he stepped out. It's Dementor ball.
A bit careless from Kibra.
Well, now is not the time to be careless with the basketball. As Wade brings the ball up for oh, it's getting messy. You wonder what has happened to Quat. Something must have happened because he doesn't look good. Well, as we look at the replay to just try and ascertain what really happened. Whoa. There was some contact there from Wafula.
It definitely looks like a very strong contact.
Yeah, I think there was a contact. Yeah, he'll go to the line.
It looks okay.
Well, if he's okay, that looked like, to me, like he had exaggerated a little bit.
Yeah, some Afro cinema there.
Yeah, because now how can he get up and go to the line as well? If it was a strong contact, you cannot get up and go to the line. I don't think you can have that strength to do that. I think a substitution would have been ordered.
Yeah, he knew that. That's
He
why
knew that. I
was
think he exaggerated just a little bit.
yeah.
But he gets the second one, caught.
They're giving Dementor a lead, a slim lead of just 1 point.
He's been the best player for Dementors. We know that. He's had 16 points.
Especially in this series, it's actually been one of those sparks for Dementors.
Well, into the here is Geo Mabior. Crucial try at a crucial time.
That is a very, very important 3-point for Mabior.
Wafula attempts but loses out. Malek, chance for Okoth to attack the basket. He lays it off to Wafula, and Wafula gets it, and now it's still just a 2-point game.
Both teams, like, looks like a foul, and again a blocking foul.
However, it's still on bonus, so cannot be a side ball, it's just bonus. The team fouls are exhausted, so it is Dementors who will go to the line.
Yeah, I think I was mentioning earlier, both teams now are making the most of every opportunity they are getting, especially to score that field goal.
Look at the team fouls again, 9-6 with 1:20 to go. Now it is Geu who will be on the line for Dementors. It's a 2-point game for Kibra. He extends the lead. Can he get it again? He does, and now suddenly the lead has extended to 4. And now time will start to feel like it's running out for the Taliban. However, they are doing a good job. However, he carried the ball, Atanga. Tanga carried the basketball. It will now go Dementors' way.
Again, as I was mentioning earlier, Kibra just have to be careful and disciplined with the possessions they're getting now, because they've kind of like just wasted 2. One with stepping on the line, but right now the other one with just a carry of the basketball. But those free throws give Dementor a cushion of 4 points with 1 minute and 5 seconds on the clock, just kind of like slightly reducing the pressure.
Yeah, it's 4 points, but it's still just a minute. And a minute, if they play this defense correctly, because they are on bonus already, so who knows? Excellent play from Wade. Out to Mabior. Ooh. He loses out, rather a careless turnover. There was no need for that.
And an enforced turnover.
Yeah. A timeout is called for Kibra. The opportunity is still there with 54 seconds.
Yeah, it's still a 2-possession game. Still a 2-possession game. Dementor is still not yet off the woods.
Yeah, they're not out of the woods yet, and you're putting it correctly because they've played very, very well. Yeah, they've not played the best basketball they can, both teams, but we've seen both teams battle from the start. The fouls speak a lot. However, as we look at this replay from Gale, and then a long three from Mabir to all but send Dementors into a 4-point lead. Okoth attacks the basket and then
wheeled his way in that baseline.
Wafula with again the baseline. Wafula scores on the baseline.
Yeah.
The baseline has been an issue for both teams.
And I think for me, Kibra kind of like have made an adjustment, and so far so good. I think Dementor need to do the same.
Yeah, under 54 seconds. The ball was touched, cannot be a backcourt. And here is Okoth.
Applying pressure.
Agulet Malek, excellent turn. Oh, he just travels. It's a couple of steps, plenty of steps. I don't know why they're complaining, but it's plenty of steps. That you cannot play basketball like that. It's plenty of steps. That is a travel. You cannot play basketball. He turned, added a couple more steps. I think the pressure was weighing down on him.
Yeah,
he's not had the best of games today.
Yeah, he hasn't. I think Dementor have kind of like just found a way of neutralizing him today.
They've neutralized both Bior and Malek, and they were the key players for Kibra yesterday, and they've done a very good job of that. Today they have not been on that floor in any way, shape or form.
Very, very true, Sakley.
I don't understand why Kitongo is still complaining, which we know everyone can see that is a big, big trouble.
Yeah, definitely.
Gale just eases a little bit more pressure on Dementor, who are starting to feel like they are nearly there.
They're nearly there. They're nearly there, forcing the game 3. But with basketball, 37 seconds looks like a decade.
Yeah, and I love the 24 shot clock that is on that floor today because it counts even the tenths.
It definitely does.
They are going to try and press them high so that it takes them a little bit longer on the 24 shot clock. Here is Kitongo trying to get it over the line for Kibra. Salim for 3. Bonus shots. We are up to 10. The fouls are just way too many. 16 fouls in this one.
I think these encounters have actually been one of the most fouled picked by both teams. I think I'll have to see the total count of fouls just from this game from both teams.
It's going to be quite interesting because even as you look at the clock, it will tell you everything you need to know about this game. It's going beyond the 2-hour mark.
Yeah, it is definitely. It has had a lot of start-stop, start-stop.
Another timer. 25 seconds on the clock. We are up to 17 fouls. It's just if someone else fouls, we'll match the first quarter.
It's been a wrestling match.
Well, as we wait for the conclusion of this basketball game, it's been quite a tight encounter. It hasn't been easy. However, Dementors have given themselves quite a breathing space.
Yeah, and I think knowing that this was a do-or-die game for both of the teams, and especially for Dementor, for me, I feel like it was expected. It was expected to be this cagey, this tight, and it has lived to its expectation.
Yeah, I agree, and it's been just so tight from the start. We are still at that level. It's still tight, and the fouls just keep coming, don't they?
Yeah, definitely the fouls keep piling. I remember when I used to play, my coaches asking me, how many fouls do you have? I say 5. Where are you going? Why are you going home with them? It's like, leave them on the court.
Yeah, most coaches, the good old days, they would insist on that you should pick up a couple of fouls because there's no way someone else has got 5 fouls and you have none.
Yeah, and today I think all the players have kind of carried that mantra.
Another foul.
Yeah, just matching up now what you just mentioned a few minutes ago.
I think they're trying to just stop the clock. Dementor, Kibra, sorry. We are up to 18 fouls. Now we've matched the first quarter, which had 9 apiece. But right now, Kibra have more because they need to stop the clock.
Yeah, they will definitely be picking even more fouls. But as long as they pick a foul and Dementor go to the free throw line and punish them, I think that tactical approach will not be working.
David Mark.
The pressure.
They're running out of room quickly. And here's Okoth, who has had a very good game today. Kitongo misses out. And the Dementors are nearly there. They are. Dementors have found a way.
Now we have a game 3.
We definitely are set for a game 3.
Just on the screen, the players just sharing a few comments with the referees. It's good to see that they're shaking hand after a very, very tough battle.
It's been a big battle, this one. It's one I can never forget because I'm yet to experience a game that has had so many fouls from the start to finish. As Dementors just edge it. 64-58, just much like the last game.
Cannot wait for that mouth-watering game 3.
Neither can I. I'm looking forward to it because it's going to be late. As we look at the head-to-head for Victor Okoth and Dan Quartz, he's been sensational. Look at the free throws made, nearly the same, but the difference that makes it is even the 2 points is just the 2 points is the one that makes the difference, whereby Quartz had a little bit more.
Yeah, very, very true. But also in terms of points scored, I think Dan Quartz carried the day with 17 for his team, with Victor just managing 12 points.
It's nice to see this because Nukta has been good to us. They have really helped us be able to realize the statistics during the game, and even after the game, we are able now to see it in real time.
Yeah, big up to Nukta, kind of like just adding a very, very essential value to the game, being able to see the stats and analytics part of the game.
Yeah, and also we look at the field goal percentages, and look at that. It hasn't been that big, yeah. Field goal percentage is 24 to 28, 35 to then 65 to 0.8, 55.8. Look at the rebounds. That's a big difference.
That's where the difference kind of like for me is. But also, I think I commend both teams because in terms of free throws, today the discipline was there. They were able to really at least, if somebody is going on the line, at least scoring one, making it a 50%, it has really been a very big key, especially to favor Dementor, the win they've just picked, now forcing a game 3.
All right, as we look at the replay of this game, you should know this was the first of a doubleheader. Farm Kenya will look to change their fortunes against the reigning champions, Twende. Wade was sensational for Dementor yet again, and this time they come out on top. As we look at Malek and Salim, impressive display, plus the keys to match it. Yeah, and he was also very good. Okoth has been immense for Kibra. Lays it off to Afula, who drops a lovely tray from long range, right near the baseline. So, as we look at all these replays, it's been absolutely fantastic. Yeah, it's been a wonderful, wonderful game of basketball in terms of the intensity and every bit. No one has given anyone an inch.
Yeah, definitely one of the most aggressive kind of like game we've seen so far today.
Well, impressive is the word. I cannot believe we've seen a game that had this number of fouls and somehow, someone managed to just edge it.
Yeah, definitely. I think for me, Dementor will be going back to kind of like just find ways of reinforcing this win. But also, I'm sure Kibra, after licking their wounds, will definitely be back with vengeance and also venom for game 3.
So Mabior with that big 3, the one that sent the game into a 4-point difference.
Yeah, that shows a lot of character from that young man, taking that 3 with that pressure and scoring it.
Okay, as we now look at the statistics to finish off this live broadcast between Kibra and Dementor, as we look forward to the next game. Kibra took it hasn't been much big difference. Look at that.
Yeah, it has not been quite a big, especially if you look at the first quarter and the fourth quarter, very, very close, literally neck to neck.
Well, Kibra do indeed take the Dementors do indeed take the second game, as the series is tied at 1-1. There will be a game 3 to decide who goes into the semi-finals and into the money brackets. We've been with you through the game. I've been your commentator, Cletus Masingu, alongside Moses Musosi. Please join us in the next game. Don't go too far away. Thank you for joining us.